Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
I've got Mr. Metzger muted right now because he's in the room with me. That's the reason why I've got him muted today. Hi, guys. I'm Michael Perry. Some of you guys may or may not know me, but I'll be moderating the beginning of this. We've got Mr. Metzger on here, Mr. Dillard, Mikey Dillard here. Chris is not here today because she's tending to some family stuff, and we're sending her love from over here. So we'll be running the $1 million in retail in 30 days, day 2. But I just want to go over a few housekeeping things. We'll wait for some people to continue to jump on here, because we got a bunch of people still jumping on. In the chat box, though, let me know, have you guys implemented any of the things that... Please keep it down, Mr. Mather. Thank you. Have you guys implemented any of the stuff that we talked about last week? And if you have, let us know how it's going so far. Like I said, we're waiting for a few more people to jump on here. Weapon seminars on the calendar. Awesome, Mr. Bolt. Yes, setting up and finalizing seminars are in the planning stages. We're doing weapons orders with a seminar to follow, hand target seminars on the calendar. Guys, action takers. That's what we want to see. Fantastic. Planning stages, work, working on plans, target seminars on the calendar. Yeah, got some rebreakable board questions out there. Very good. Weapon seminar coming up. Awesome, guys. Well, I'll keep letting people in, but I want to get started. Want to be respectful of everybody's time. And let's start the share. Just want to go through a few housekeeping things first for everybody. As you guys know, $1 million in retail in 30 days. Our schedule is looking like this. So obviously last week we had day 1, which was programming product for profit. The goal for today is the packages. And we're going to be talking about enrollment packages and how we can systemize that retail within your programs that you offer at your school. Next week, we're going to be talking about using retail to get new students, and then a coaching accountability calls the following 2 weeks. And then we'll be wrapping it up on February 25th, guys. So a lot of great information and then some support for you guys, as well as a lot of us are in the planning phase. We want to make sure we see you through the success of executing all of these ideas within the next 30 days. Again, the goal is collectively, how can we do $1 million in retail in the 30 days? Let me keep moving through here. One of the things that's really powerful with this, as you guys know, is we have the school platform, 1 million in 30 days. Make sure you guys are participating in that. In here, you're going to catch the recordings of everything that we've done. Plus, we still have the recordings from the 30,000 students in 30 days as well. So focus on the $1 million, but you can always go back and check that out too. And in there, you'll watch the videos, but we also have the support materials for you. So that way you can take these ideas, make them your own, and start promoting right away. So make sure, if you're not in the school platform, make sure you're in there. This is what we talked about last week, guys. If you are jumping on for the first time today, go back, watch the week 1 recording, implement the materials, and again, use those resources that we talked about earlier, such as the weapons seminar, the free target seminar as well, guys. So all of that stuff's in here. Again, the blocker seminar, these are things that we talked about in order to help push that revenue with regards to your retail. Lastly, in the school platform, there's also the survey here that's going to let us know who you are, your school name, how many students you currently have, and how much you spend on retail each month. Gives us an idea of where you're at in your school and how we can help you guys moving forward. Now, with that, I'll be quiet here as I continue to admit people in. We still have people coming in here, but I'll hand it over to Mr. Metzger. So I'll mute myself here.
Thank you, Mr. Perry. All right, everybody, we're going to get started, but I want to remind you something that Century is doing and Maya is doing. Listen, I'm assuming everybody's on here because you want to you want to grow your business, right? So we do have our All Systems Go event. It is March 28th and 29th in Orlando, Florida. It's $299 for a ticket. But if you sign up to go, Century Martial Arts is going to credit your account $299. So in theory, if you buy from Century, they're covering your admission. Maya will also cover a one-night hotel for you. So you will not have to pay for your hotel room if you register, which is, we start Friday like at noon. We end Saturday at 2. Can you hand me that, Mr. Perry? Guys, just so you know, like this will be out, but this is the schedule for all that's going to be happening, you know, at the All Systems Go event. And the thing that people don't notice or see is that headline: surround yourself with the most successful school owners and martial artists in the country. Another thing that we do there is on Friday night, we have a gathering in the courtyard where we have hors d'oeuvres and drinks, where everybody just after day one is just hanging out and networking and mingling. And we have school owners there that do over $2 million a year, one location, no after school pickup programs. Not that that's bad. I'm just saying, just they don't have that. And multiple people that do over 7 figures. But my point is we can't put a value on that when you start meeting these people, talking to them. So look, if you want to get registered, all you need to do is get here, right? And then your room would be credited. And then once you're at the event, you would go say hello to the Century team, Mr. Dillard or Mr. David Wall or Jamie Goodell. Mikey, you going to be there, Mr. Dillard?
Waiting on it.
Okay. So he's planning on being there, and that's where they will credit your account and make a note to make sure you get credit, because you do got to pay for your ticket. Once you show up, you see them. But anyway, my point is, we'd love to have you at the event so you can really see what that's like. Okay, next. By the way, I wanted to put this in the front because this is for any of you. Right now, Century is also, because we're doing some product, and last week I talked about how you can do seminars. Right now, you have all these discounted items between now and February 23rd from Century. You get 15% off the wholesale cost on these Muay Thai pads, punch mitts, or square hand targets. So my advice would be to utilize some of these discounted items if you're planning on doing private lessons with the purchase of a target, or if you're doing seminars, a free seminar with the purchase of a target. You can save a lot of money by using one of these targets, being that Century is discounting these 15% off below the wholesale cost from now until the 23rd. And there's a link up there as well. And remember, this is all going to be recorded. So I wanted to make sure you guys were all aware of that. Now let's dive in on how we really move the needle on generating more revenue with retail sales. Okay. All right. So yes. So I want everybody to pay attention on something. First of all, Mr. Perry, can you enlarge the left side of this, the option A, B, C, D here? Actually, do the right side, that option A. I'm sorry. Let's do the 4 options. Go to the 4 options. Yep. Enlarge that. All right, everybody. Pay attention to what I'm saying, because this is a bonus for everybody, for those of you who don't know. A lot of you on here do know this, but I'm not going to do a seminar on pricing structure, but I want to let you know that no matter what you charge, if you want to grow your school, do not be a gym, because you're not LA Fitness, you're not Gold's, you're not whatever gyms are out there now. You're not a membership facility, you're an educational facility. So you should be charging a set program price for your service, right? So for example, if you look at my option D there at the bottom, option D, it says $199 down, 12 payments of $169. Now, maybe you're a month-to-month school, maybe you do a 3-month term, maybe you do a 6. Understand the concept here. But whatever you charge, so if I want to charge $169 a month, if that's what I want to charge, I'm going to take that number, multiply it by 12, and I add $199 because I want a down payment. Why do I want a down payment? For cash flow purposes. Now understand, if you charge $100 a month, you go, well, I don't believe in down payments. I don't believe in registration fees, enrollment fees. I don't believe in registration or enrollment fees either. But let's just say you go, I don't want to change my prices. I want to charge $100 a month. But okay, I'll do a 12-month program, but I only want to charge $100 a month. What I would tell you is I'd say, great. Well, what is $100 a month on a 12-month program? It's $1,200. So your program's $1,200. Then I would tell you to take your $1,200, which is your $100 a month times 12, subtract $199, and then divide that by 12. And I would say, I want your option D and dog to be $199 down and 12 payments of $83.42, which is the same $1,200. What's the difference? Cash flow is the difference. You're going to get down payments. Now, we know this from tracking data. The more money somebody puts down up front, the more revenue you're going to make. The higher your student value is going to be, the better the cash flow is going to be for your business. So what does that have to do with retail and packaging? Well, this is what it has to do with it. Move over to the right a minute, Terry. If you look at our basic package, and by the way, this is ours. Yours could be whatever. Anytime somebody joins our school, they have to buy a package. They have to buy a package. Well, why do they have to buy a package? Well, anytime somebody makes the Little League baseball team, they have to buy a mitt. They have to buy a bat, and they have to buy their shoes, their sneakers for baseball. I mean, there's just uniforms. If you have any daughters in dance or any boys in dance or anyone in dance, you got to buy the outfit. Like, I don't know why martial arts is different. So our basic package includes a square hand target, a student uniform, and our basic t-shirt, which our basic program is all about learning focus. This is for kids. Adults can be different, okay? So we tell the parents, focus. Now, what does this mean, parents? Why do you have to have this? Number one, your child must have their square hand target every time they come to class. We're not the school we were where we just buy 40 square hand targets and throw them out to all the kids and say, here, guys, grab a target, grab a target. No, it gets messy. Our school looks sloppy. You need to have your target because you need to have it with you in class. We're going to be using it, and you're going to be able to properly practice at home with your square hand target. You need to be in a full student uniform on our curriculum days. And I'm not going to get into that, but Mondays and Tuesdays, it is required for students to be in full traditional uniforms. But Wednesday through Saturday, they can wear their t-shirt with their pants and their belt, because Wednesday through Saturday, we're doing drills, we're sweating, we're doing line drills, kicking drills, boxing drills, sparring. So you could wear your t-shirt. We're in Florida, so we say you have the t-shirt, but you can't just wear any t-shirt. You got to wear the t-shirt that corresponds to what program you're in. In this case, it's your focus shirt. Now, you could make that shirt look as cool as you want or different as you want, different for adults. But my point is, you have to buy, this is equipment you need. Now, what do I do with the retail package to generate more cash flow and revenue? Go back to the left, Mr. Perry. So what I do is go back to option D as in dog. And you see that it says $199 down. If you go up to option C, you could save 5% on the program if you want to do $299 down. And instead of $169 a month, it's only $151. If you want to put $399 down, because you can't budget $169 a month. You can't budget that. Like, that's a lot. I can't budget that every month. No problem. Do you want to save 10% on your program, do $399 down, and then all you got to do is budget $133 a month. Does that help your budget? That's I give my clients options based on their budget. Or you could pay in full. You could save 20% on the program and just make one payment of $1,781. And you're saving almost $445. But what did I do with these programs to incentivize people to give the customers bigger savings? By the way, Mrs. Johnson, if you choose option A, not only do you save 20%, which is a savings of almost $450, you get your beginner package free as well with option A, which includes your uniform, your square hand target, and your t-shirt. Option B, if you want to go with this option, not only are you saving almost $130 or $222, but you're getting 20% off your package or 10% off your package. Or if you want to start today with the least amount down, you could start today for just $199 down, but you got to purchase your package. Which option do you think would work best for your budget, Mrs. Johnson? Now, last week, Mr. Dillard told you the exact number that last year, in a year, we bought over 1,700 and some packages, square hand targets. Well, we have 9 locations, but it averaged over 200 square hand targets per school that we've purchased or sold. That's a huge revenue generator for us in merchandise. But what I wasn't going to do, and I'm going to be honest with all of you, 10 years ago or 15 years ago, I sold packages on things that my customers didn't necessarily need. And what I told them is, well, you need to have this because we know you're practicing properly at home. We have students that use pillows sometimes. They can hurt their wrist, break their wrist. It's not the proper equipment. So that's why you need to have this in your package so you can practice at home. Well, as I got older and, I didn't like it. I was like, basically, excuse my French, I'm bullshitting my customers and I'm just selling retail. So what I did was I made it required and made it part of our curriculum. So I said to my team, what equipment do we need or can we use that's part of the curriculum that the students will have to have with them in class? Whatever that is the package that I'm going to sell. Okay, now let's pause here because I think we might have some questions here. Do I have some questions? Let's see. Oh, somebody said, Miss Tammy said she can't, did we respond there? She couldn't see anything. She only sees a black screen. That would stink. Did everybody see the packages that I just showed? Did everyone see that? You can just nod your head. Did everyone see the example?
She can see it.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Mr. Munding saying, where's the platform? We replied to that. Can't wait to see the schedule. I got you. Mr. Perry, you have a new identity. Yep, he changes that weekly, keeps things fresh. Thank you for making that example. I do that all the time. Baseball requires equipment. Yes, with the 15% off work for custom square hand targets, I really like to put my logo on the training gear I sell. Mikey, somebody replied to that, but
I'm getting an answer. I'm not exactly sure. Some of the margins are gonna make sure I'm not losing money, but if we're not, then yeah, we'll make sure it applies. But
okay.
It's got to be call in only. So for the time being.
Okay, call in only. Okay, so we got all the questions. Now, that covers a basic program. Now, you can't listen. One thing that I made it clear to all of my people and my team, we will not nickel and dime our customers. We will not do it. If I sell you something, we're going to use it in class. You got to use it. But I just was honest with you that 10 or 15 years ago, I didn't use it in class, but I didn't like it. So we changed it and we made it part of our curriculum. So you have a couple options here. Now, let me show you what we did, but I'm going to show you some options on packaging, even if you don't have an upgrade program. So let's bring back the Black Belt Club. Yep. So take a look at this. Stand by. Perry's doing an identity change, and then he's going to share his screen. So here we go. All right. So look, we happen to have upgraded programs, right? So we have something called a Black Belt Club. Just enlarge the package on the right, the training package. So in our black belt club, there's a different uniform, right? It's that uniform. It's the black belt club uniform. And our black belt club for us is our weapons program. So they get a nunchuck, commas, and a bow staff. Okay. And it's like the introductory to weapons training, but you need it. You can't be in black belt club and learn weapons if you don't own the weapon, right? So when they enroll to black belt club, before they sign up, they have the same options as they did in the basic program. You can pay in full and get the package free. You can do, save a little bit, put a higher down payment and get a discount on the package. The middle of the road, get a little discount on the package, or pay the least amount down, pay the monthly, and just purchase the package. Which option works best for you? So it's incorporated. These packages are incorporated into our pricing. I want to make sure you understand that. It's incorporated into the pricing options, but it's not only used as a revenue generator, the retail, because obviously we make a lot of revenue on the retail. It's also used as a driver to get people to pay a little bit more upfront. But listen, be clear. I'm not taking more money from people. I'm actually saving them money. If they put more money down, there's a discount on the program and their monthly payments are lower. So I want to make sure everybody understands. But in business, it's important to have cash flow. So if you let me give you another bonus example on this. This is a bonus now. Can you put in the chat box a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Put thumbs up if you have a registration fee or enrollment fee when somebody joins your school. Thumbs up or thumbs down if you have an enrollment fee or a registration fee. And I want everybody to look at all the thumbs up that are going. There's one down, but most of these are thumbs up, thumbs up. We have a registration fee or an enrollment fee. Keep going on the thumbs up. Oh, guys, you need to be here in March, because I promise you what I'm about to tell you is going to make you more revenue right now. So if I can do that in 5 minutes, think what we can do in 2 days. Okay. So listen, let me give you the example. All right. Some are down, some are down. Okay. And I'm not saying simmer down. I'm saying some are down. I don't want to sound rude. Okay. All right. Listen up, everybody, and follow this logic. I like to think that things that I tell you are not Mike Metzger philosophies. They're data-driven case studies that are facts that cannot be argued with. It's not because I did this, it's because data. So let me give you the example. For those of you who have a registration fee or an enrollment fee, let's say someone joins your school today and you say, well, we have an enrollment. Here's what most of the industry does. We have an enrollment fee of $100 or whatever it is that includes your uniform and this, that, and the other. First of all, understand that it's not an enrollment fee. It's to cover the cost of all the retail you just purchased. Number one. Number two, if you don't do that and you say we have a registration fee and enrollment fee, tell me, what is that for? And you're going to tell me, well, it's the admin, it's to input you, to get you a card. That's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. It doesn't take that much energy, right, to charge an enrollment or a registration fee, okay? Now, watch this. Let's say, right, well, Ms. Jordan said, we just roll the merchandise cost into the enrollment package. Well, the merchandise cost is the package, but if you mean the enrollment fee, right? Well, then call it, you see what we do? There's a package price and there's a program price. If you enroll in college, you got to pay per credit hour. But back when I went to school, you had to go to the bookstore and you had to buy books. It wasn't rolled into How much is your science class you're taking? It's $350 per credit hour, but that includes all the books. No, it didn't. There's an educational cost, and then I need books. I need stuff. It's two separate costs. And I want my consumers to never think they just get free merchandise. And yes, is it free with option A? If they give me $1,700, do I give them a free package? Yes. But they see that there's a cost to that based on the other options. But pay attention to this. This is where it's going to help you. If I enroll and I pay a down payment, or I'm sorry, a registration fee or an enrollment fee. So let's say you go, well, if you want to enroll today, sir, it's a $100 registration fee and it's $100 a month. And it's for a 12-month program. And maybe you're month to month, but just follow me. My question to you is, what happens at the end of the 12 months? I want to keep training. Do you charge me an enrollment fee again, or does it just continue at $100 a month? Well, for the majority of you, vast majority of you, if I want to continue, it just continues $100 a month for as long as I want to keep training. Okay. Now watch. If you do a down payment on the program, like I gave you the example earlier, you want to charge $100 a month, great, that's $1,200. I would say just add $199 to it. So it's $199 down, $100 a month, but that program equals $1,399. That's how much your whole program costs, $1,399. That's $199 down, 12 payments of $100. That's $1,399. Let's say you enroll 10 new students a month. If you enroll 10 students this month, and forget the other options, you get $199 down. You're going to generate $2,000 in down payments. You follow me? And then you're going to get $100 a month for 12 payments. Okay. In down payments, though, $199 times 10 is $1,999, right? So $2,000 in down payments. Now, just so you understand the concept, let's pretend you just don't lose students, which you all do. But let's just pretend a year from now, you enroll 10 students a year from now, because you enroll 10 every month. So in January of next year, you enroll 10 students. How much are you going to make in down payments? $2,000, right? But all the students you enrolled a year ago, they want to renew. And you're going to say to those 10 people, Mrs. Johnson, I have great news. This economy has been crazy. Have you seen the price of eggs? Have you seen how everything has gone up? The good news is we have not changed our rates. Our program's still $13.99. So if you want to renew, we did not raise rates. It's still just $199 down, 12 payments of $100. Well, now I enroll 10 people and make $2,000. And I renew 10 people and make $2,000. Now I'm making $4,000 in down payments. That's cash flow. Now, if you say to me, well, that's ridiculous, then I'm not articulating, you don't understand. So let's say you don't want to add $199 to your $100 a month. You want $1,200 a month. Great. $1,200 for the year, $100 a month for 12 months. I would still subtract $199. I'd get $199 down and 12 payments of $83 or whatever it is. Because a year from now, I need the down payments times 2. The ones I'm enrolling and the ones I'm renewing. If you have a registration fee or an enrollment fee, you cannot do that. They've already registered. They've already enrolled. That's why you need a down payment on your program. Your program costs X. We're just breaking it up by put this down and your payment's this. If you want to put more down, your payment's less. If you go buy a car, if we all went and bought the same car, do we all have the same payment? No, because we all don't have the same budget. The other benefit of this is this, okay? The other benefit is how many of you have had students or prospects say, ooh, you charge $100 a month or 150 or 200, whatever the number is. That's just more than I thought. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't expecting that. I can't make that payment every month. What do you do to that prospect? Do you say, well, I apologize, there's a YMCA down the road for 50, you can do that? Or do you negotiate with them? Do you give them a deal? What do you do? Well, you listen, here's what you do. You either figure out how to build more value and get them to pay your $100 or whatever it is that you charge, or you make a deal with them, which isn't fair to everybody else that you signed up, or you say goodbye. I mean, that's the only options. That's it. What do we do? Well, how much do you feel comfortable budgeting monthly? Are you good at $83 a month? Yeah, we could do $83 a month. Well, look, why don't you put X down? If you want to pay half down now, do that. We'll lock you into these payments that's comfortable for you. And next month, you could just pay the other half of that down payment, but this way it'll lock you into a payment you're comfortable with. Did I discount my program? No, I did not. Did I do anything different for them that I wouldn't have done or offered anyone else in my school? No, I did not. But I need a package, a retail package to drive a higher down payment. It's just a driver. And if they don't, they still purchase the package. Now, here's a question that you may have asked, and I'll get to these questions. Well, what if I offer a trial program, which is like 4 weeks for $49, includes a uniform? What do I do now when they want to enroll? Make them buy another uniform? No, because I already told you I don't nickel and dime my people. What I tell them is, Mrs. Johnson, you already have a uniform with your trial. We do have parents that like to have that second uniform. But if you don't want it, we will take the cost of the uniform out of the package. You just need to get your square hand target in your t-shirt. Do you want to keep the full package, or do you want me to take the uniform and do you want just the square hand target in the t-shirt, which you'll need for your classes? Which is better? I don't force them to buy another uniform. But I will tell you the majority of parents just get the whole package because they like having a second white uniform. Okay. And then you saw my Black Belt Club and we don't have to show the Masters Club. Same format on a Masters Club. There's a package that goes along with it for the equipment that you need. Now, let's pretend you don't have an upgrade program. That's fine. What equipment or uniform or t-shirt do you require for your training for your beginner students or basic students? And then what equipment do they need as intermediates? And then what equipment do they need as advanced students? So when you first join my school, this is what you need. When you become an intermediate, this is what you need. When you become an advanced, this is what you need. But when do I tell these people that? When do I tell them? Do I tell them once they're testing for intermediate that they now have to buy this intermediate package? No. I tell them all this before they even sign up with me. I say, Mrs. Johnson, before you enroll, one of the things we pride ourselves on is being transparent with our customers. And we want to let you know that there are additional costs when training in martial arts. So now when you enroll, you do need the basic package. And this is when you need to have it in class, and this is what you use it for. When your child or when you become an intermediate, you're going to need this package. And by the way, when you become advanced, you're going to need this package. But by the way, Mrs. Johnson, it takes 4.5 years from when you start to get your black belt if you're consistent. So even though it might seem like a lot of equipment you're buying, this is what you're going to need over the next 4.5 years. It's not a lot. And you know what they do? They say, oh yeah, that's no problem. So if you don't have an upgrade, you're a martial artist. Do you not utilize equipment in your training that you could have all your students have with them to train? I mean, of course you can. Just incorporate it into your program and your pricing. Now, if you don't give options like I did, not only will your cash flow not be as good, but what are you going to do for the retail? You're going to just have to charge regular retail price. You can't say, or you can get 50% off or 20%. You can't do it because there's no options there. So you might make it harder on yourself without options. I always teach people life is better with options. And that goes for this. That's the same that for your customers. Let me look at some questions real quick. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on adding in goodies in the package? It's example, keychains, decals, etc.
Listen, so the question was, what is my thought on adding goodies into the packages like keychains, decals? I don't do it because if you would have talked to me 15 years ago, I might have said something different. That's a money grab. You don't need decals and keychains. So I'm not going to, I'll have those for sale if people want to buy those, but it's not something that's needed for your training. So I don't do it in the packages. Next question.
For a BJJ program, would you still include the square target or choose something else for the beginner package?
So listen, BJJ program, no, I would not include a square hand target. But if you're a BJJ or an MMA school and you incorporate kickboxing or Muay Thai, I would have some of those things if that's part of your program, right? If not, I would include a gi and a t-shirt. Then once you get to a level, maybe I include you have to purchase your rash guard and your shorts because you're doing no gi. I mean, I would incorporate whatever I can do that's going to be required that is required for my system and my curriculum. But I wouldn't tell a BJJ guy, by the way, you got to have the square hand target just in case you want to take Taekwondo classes as well. You know what I'm saying? But if you have a striking, then yes, I would include a Muay Thai pad or the mitt. Okay. Next question.
Do you have a cancellation fee in place?
We do not have a cancellation fee in place. So listen to me. Listen, everybody. Give me a second. I just want my blood pressure to go down just a little bit because I get very passionate. So hold on a second. Okay. All right. Listen. When we talk about cancellation fees, we're still in the mindset that we are a membership. We're selling memberships. I don't sell memberships. I sell programs. My program, I'm making this up, is $1,300. What am I buying for $1,300? This is what you're buying. Training twice a week, training to an intermediate level. You know, if it's kids, academic achievement checks, report card, like there's a whole thing. This is what you're buying for $1,300. What's $1,300? $100 down, $100 a month for 12 months. If you want to finance that, if you just want to give me a check up front, buy your program, it's yours. You just purchased 12 months of martial arts lessons. It never expires. If you want to come 1 month a year for the next 12 years, you can do that because you bought 12 months of martial arts lessons. By the way, Mrs. Johnson, one of the great things about us, unlike a health club, we have a lot of families that go away in the summer, that travel. We have kids that play sports. You never lose your time with us. So while you still make your payment on your program, if you finance it, you're not losing that time. So in the summer, if you're gone for 2 months, you'll have to make your payment, but you're going to get those 2 months back at the end of your program. You will get 12 months of training. So understand that because I know a lot of you on here get freezes. I know a lot of you in the summer, parents come and say, hey, we want to freeze for 2 months. We're traveling. We don't get freezes. Now, do we have a cancellation fee? No. But if somebody is miserable, if somebody just doesn't want to be at our school and they're not happy, bye. And we'll cancel it. We don't take people to collections. We're going to try to keep getting them in. And we want them to hold up to their end of the bargain and pay. But if somebody disappears and just stops making payments, yes, we're trying to see if we can motivate them, see what's going on. What did we do? Can we motivate you to get back? But if they stop paying, they stop paying. However, I got $199 down or $299 down or $399 down. So what happens in 6 months if somebody says, I want to stop? Their monthly payments stop. But I got $399 or $199 down. But understand, what is $199 down? $199 divided by 12 is basically they just paid $16.58 a month in advance for 12 months. This is the cash flow. This is where you're gonna make more money. But I don't do this because I hope people quit. I do this for cash flow, but we know people quit. So you're gonna make more money. But if somebody paid me in full, they paid in full. And let's say in 6 months, I haven't seen them. Do you think we sit there and say, well, don't worry about calling them and keep trying to get them. They paid in full. We already got their money. No, we call them and we call them and we send letters and we want to get them back in. I need to make money, but I also need to save my customers money and provide a value and a service. It's both. I'm just teaching you how to do that. And part of your business, everybody, is retail revenue. That's non-debatable. Do you make money selling retail? The answer is yes. Nobody can say no. And then the question is do you want to maximize your business? Well, your answer should be yes. But you should say, but I don't want to nickel and dime my customers. Neither do I, which is why I incorporated equipment into our training programs. As opposed to selling, and it's not wrong, guys. I told you what I did. But as opposed to selling keychains and decals and stuff like that, for me, that's just a way to just get more money, but it's not a big value to the customer. So I don't do it. I want to make sure everybody's hearing that. Okay, what other questions do we have?
We asked the cancellation fee. Clarification question. Is the registration fee the down payment, just to make sure?
Okay, there's a registration fee is a fee that you charge when somebody first joins your school. I don't have that. I don't have that. I have a program price, and the price is the same for everybody. It just depends on how much do you want to put down on that program to budget your monthly payments. Okay. And by the way, somebody asked the Masters Club package. Is there another question before we get to there?
3 more.
Okay, hold on. We'll show you that Masters Club package. What else?
Ideal price point for an equipment package.
I listen, BJJ is different because those gis are so expensive. I like to try, but prices have gone up, right? I mean, just things have gone up. But I never like the package to be more than $100 for a basic program. It is more expensive for the higher level programs because it's all the weapons and everything else. But if you go into, for example, our Black Belt Club, first of all, listen, we don't force anybody to upgrade in our school. Number one. Number two, you can get a black belt in our system without ever upgrading. So you don't have to upgrade to get a black belt. But if you upgrade, that package is more expensive, but that may be the only package you ever buy again if you don't upgrade into Masters Club, because you don't have to. There's a whole seminar we can do on how to show value and create value in your program. We have over 2,000 students. It's like over 2,100 students we have with our 9 schools. Okay. 80% plus, 80% of those people plus is in an upgraded program at our school. And none of them have to do it. But why would over 80% of those people pay us more money, buy a more expensive package, and commit for 36 months? Our upgraded programs are 36 months. Why would anybody do that? I don't know. I don't ask them. They just do. It's because we show tremendous value, but they don't have to. Nobody has to. And this is why, everybody, this is why our basic program, if you saw that, if you remember, our option D as in dog was $199 down, $169 a month. And then the monthly prices got lower the higher you go on, option C or B with more down payments. But our student value for last year with all 9 locations was $236 per person. That's what it averaged out. Per student that we have, the value of that, of each student that trains with us, was $236. Well, how is that possible when I charge $169 for a basic program? How is that possible when I also, I don't know if you saw it, but when you enroll in our basic program, everybody, the first 2 family members are full price. All additional family members in our basic program train free. So if you're a family of 4, you do $199 down times 2. So call it $400 down, $169 times 2. So $340 a month roughly. And that's for all 4 people, or 5 or 6, or however many of people are in that family. But even those free family members are worth an average of $226 a month. $236 a month. That we count them as active students. And counting all of them with our revenue, they're still an average worth of $236. How is it possible? By providing value, by understanding retail is a huge part of revenue, and by giving people options on the pricing. If you're sitting there, I've heard it a million times over 25 years. If you're sitting there and saying to yourself, well, those options, that's just too confusing. Nobody's going to like that. You would be incorrect. Unless you have over 2,100 students and data to show me that that confuses people, you would be incorrect. But I also have 151 licensed locations around the country and Canada, not to mention all the My Elite people that should be doing this pricing, tens of thousands of students, and nobody's confused. So get that out of your head. And if you've tried it and you're confusing people, it's because we are not presenting it correctly. Okay, so now let's show them. Or what other question did we have?
They're coming in. Do you have a printable that gives them that you give to them that shows everything they'll need in all of your programs?
Yeah, well, no, we don't give them a printable copy. What we do is at the point of sale, as I said earlier, we tell people up front, listen, Mrs. Johnson, or whoever you are, there are additional costs when training in martial arts, and I want to show you that. And by the way, thank you, Miss Chapman. You're helping me a lot. Miss Chapman's been with us forever. She's an elite and a CMA affiliate, so she knows these answers. But listen, there's a 4-step enrollment process. Listen up, everybody. I'm not going to teach this, but I'm going to tell you. You can watch the recording. Step 1, talk about the prospect. Find out what are they looking for? How are you at home, at school? What are you looking for? Talk about the student. Step 2, be specific on how your program is going to help the need of that prospect. Be specific. Don't just tell me you help with focus and discipline and respect. Be specific as to how. Step 3, pre-frame the upgrade programs. This is at enrollment. At step 3 is when I show them the packages and tell them about there are upgraded programs. I want to be clear with you. Step 4, go over your basic program and the pricing options. So what is the basic program? What is it? Now tell me what it includes and show me the pricing options. That's the 4-step enrollment. So I don't give out printables, but I go over it with them. And I show them before they even sign up with us. I like to be open and honest and transparent. I'm not going to sign you up and then start telling you, by the way, there's this fee, you got to buy this, you got to buy that. I tell you all that stuff before you even enroll. And by the way, here's experience. I learned in the past that people have short memories sometimes. So when they do this program or they got to buy this equipment, you never told me that. Yes, we did. We told your wife when she enrolled your daughter or whatever. No, you never told us that. So I stopped playing that game. So now what I do when we do enrollments is we have a new student checklist where you initial that we went over all of this. We went over this. Yes, initial here. It has nothing to do with your contract or your program. Just it's what we covered, and I just need you to initial. So there's no confusion. So that was experience that we learned that from. Next question.
Are Paid in full is refundable, prorated if they quit.
Yes. If somebody pays in full, no, we don't refund typically if they just say, I don't want to train anymore. We tell the person up front that you're getting 20% or 25% off because you're paying for 12 months and there are no refunds unless you move or you have a doctor's note where you just can't train. But by the way, Mrs. Johnson, if your child just wants to quit, we don't give a refund for that, but you can transfer it to another family member if you want. But if they move away, it is a prorated refund that we give based on the regular price. Because you're not getting 25% off if you just stay for 6 months and then move, because you only get the 20% or 25% off if you pay for 12 months. But the only way you could pay for 12 months is if you complete the 12 months. You could pay for 12 months today, but if you leave in 6 months and I give you all the money back, you only paid for 6. So it's a prorated refund, and we go over that, and that's on the new student checklist as well. We're crystal clear with that.
Last question, what is the sparring package and how is that worked in? Is that next as well?
Sparring package, that's a great question. So at Yellow Belt in our school, we tell them once your child gets the Yellow Belt, they will have to purchase their sparring gear, which is their safety equipment, because they're going to start learning how to apply some of the techniques they've been learning where they start working with another individual. And it is required, by the way, this isn't a lie, by our insurance. And if you think that's smoke and mirrors, call your insurance company and just ask them, say, hey, if I have people sparring in my school and a kid gets his nose broken, but they weren't wearing the proper safety equipment, do you guys cover me if I'm sued? The answer will be no. So you will have to purchase your sparring package at Yellow Belt. We have a heck of a system on how we present that. We tell everybody that. But once students are testing and going to the Yellow Belt, we got their names, their bags, gear bags with their equipment. So we don't only sell their gear, we sell them an equipment bag as well if they want to purchase it as a package. If somebody says, well, I don't want the bag, no problem. Just take the gear. So yes, we make money on sparring gear. Yes. Show the Masters Club package. Do we have that? So this is an example of the Masters Club package. It's now upgraded weapons. They're not foam weapons. They're more competition commas, competition bow, competition chucks. It's the uniform and then the Masters Club t-shirt. That is the Masters Club package for us. But it could be anything you want it to be. Okay. And go over to the left. Do you see these payments? Oh, I'm sorry, the others. Yep. Do you see the package? So 10% off. But look, your Masters Club package is $404.95. Why? Because we're very picky on who gets nominated or who goes to Masters Club. You're really into it now. You get the high-level weapons. All these are custom uniforms. They're totally custom uniforms. It's an expensive package. Do we have to split that in two for some people? Yes, but go back over to the left, Mr. Perry. But look at this, guys. 404, go all the way up to the top, to A. Look at option A, 25% off. You're going to save over $2,000 on your program, and your package is free if you do that. It's a driver. That's a huge savings to a customer. But if I just get one student a month, forget that. Let's say I get one student every other month to pay in full because they want to save over $2,000 and another $400 on their package. And I only get 6 people a year to do that. That equals $36,822 if all I get was one person to pay in full every other month. $36,000 in cash flow. By the way, guys, $36,000 can be a full-time salaried instructor at your school, which brings more service and value to your facility. Okay, take me back and let's bring it back. Does anybody have any questions on the packaging? Can I meet some of you in March and shake your hand and answer your questions in person? I'd love to show you how we can help your business grow. I hope I'm showing you now. But by the way, it's free for you. All you got to do is get there. Yes, you got to pay it, but you're getting a credit back in Century, and then Maya covers a night at your hotel. Why would we do that? Guys, why would we do that for new people? Because we have the data. We know that when people show up, a high percentage of you are going to sign up for our Maya consulting program because you're going to see the value. Just like over 80% of our students are in an upgraded program. If you're serious about growing your business, I don't have any doubts that we can't help you. It's just, do you have doubts that you can execute and help yourself on this stuff, right? So that's why we'll cover a room for you. They'll cover a ticket for you. If you do have a spouse or a business partner, you will have to pay $299 for the extra ticket. But if somebody wants to come and check it out yourself, you can drive or you can fly in, but your hotel will be covered for one night and your thing. Any questions from anybody? Anything else? I can't tell you how much I appreciate all of you putting your time in and just seeing what we have to say and seeing if it makes sense or seeing if we can help you. I really, really do appreciate it, guys. I know that I'm not the easiest to listen to. I know that. My daughters tell me all the time that I'm so annoying. My voice is annoying. So I'm in therapy over that. I'm self-conscious now, but I appreciate the fact that you guys stayed on and listened. And if there's anything we can do to help you, you let us know. But guess what? We're going to see you back next week to talk about how we use retail as a driver to get us new students. Okay. So thank you. So, real quick, Mr. Metzger, is the credit only good for one to attend All Systems Go? Yes, it's a credit for one credit. Yes. And in March, are the hotels in close proximity to the venue? In March, we're at the hotel. The venue is the hotel. We're at the Buena Vista Palace, Hilton Buena Vista Palace in Disney Springs. So we'll have all that information is on there in the recording. There's a code there. So there we go. Can we get the templates for your program options in Canva?
They will be.
They will be. There you go. Running lots of numbers to make my packages more financially viable. I'm going to change a lot over the next few weeks. Thank you, guys. Great. I hope so. It's going to help you. So thanks so much. And yes, therapy. My daughters break me down in confidence. That's why I need to continue to train every day with my guys to stay confident, because my daughters really hurt my self-esteem. Thank you so much, everybody. Take care.